After 37 long days, my UTV, that's a 2023 Segway Villain, has a brand new engine. And today, we're going to press forward on a Sycamore Creek trail ride where it originally broke, and we have 6 machines ready for this adventure. Please join us. This is going to be a wild off-road journey as we tackle rugged desert terrain in our side-by-sides. UTV. In this video, you're going to see real off-road action. Desert climbing challenges, scenic desert views, and trails. It's going to get your heart pumping. It's been 19 months since I drove a side-by-side for the first time. I just want to share my new knowledge as I learn it. Now, whether you're a novice or maybe you have a little experience, we're here to help you gain and improve your skill. Learn how to safely conquer obstacles and discover some amazing new places to ride. We're going to have a lot of fun today. I use OnX Offroad GPS to map out the entire route before we ever go out. And I got to tell you, it's rare, if ever, that my plan actually makes it to the end of the ride. Usually, for some reason or another, we have to modify and figure out where to go next. Today, will it be any different? Well, watch the video and find out. Some of the highlights, we're going to be tackling Widowmaker, or it's also called the slots, the playground. It is a great place to play. And then we're going to get across the creek and hit 4010. One of my favorite parts, Sycamore Creek, because it has fantastic climbs, great views on top. It is just so much fun when you get up there. And we're going to go on down and hit 3470, but when we intersect with it, we could turn right and go to the waterfall. But hey, I just got my Villain back with a brand new engine. I do not want to risk breaking it on the first ride. So instead, we're going to go left. That'll take us up onto some roller coaster type trails with fantastic views. And then I've mapped out some new trails that we have never been on. They don't even have a rating. I have no idea what we're going to get into.
It's a crowd today. We've got 6 machines and the Villain is back. I'm a bit excited. So Dean, what are you driving?
I got a Honda Talon.
I always ask because I screw it up.
That's all right. Honda Talon.
It's the rare. And back here we have... Who's driving the Arctic Cat? Who are you?
I am Richard with the Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000.
And it looks good. And he was out here Sunday in the mud.
Twice for this.
And over here we have Bill.
Yep.
And that's a Kawasaki.
Yes, indeed.
And it's sparklers. And over here is the man with his girlfriend. She looks hot. Tell us your name and what's
Manuel, and that's a Villain 2024.
Ooh, a 24. Larry and I drive 23s. And there's Larry, he's the famous tow truck driver. You want to say hi, Larry? You want to say hi?
Hi.
Oh, there you go. He said it first.
Now, I have a lot of videos in my library that have been recorded right here on this very trail. So I'm just going to give you a quick summary all the way up to the first obstacle. So it's a left out of the parking lot, short distance, hang another left on 1847, and it's not too far before you're going to come to an intersection. Take the right for 1848. That's going to get you to the first obstacle that has been a lot of fun and excitement ever since my first time ever coming out here. Last week, we had a huge monsoon that came through, and it has rearranged all the terrain out there. Let's see what this obstacle looks like now. Well, in the past, it was a 2-step or kind of a stair with all kinds of, it was just a mess. You really had to pick your path carefully, and it was quite exciting. Now, it's basically get your tires lined up on either side of this rut, and down you go. Easy peasy. So this is the turn to climb up to the ridge that takes us to the top of Widowmaker. But look at all the damage from the storm. We've got the cactus on the left, the cactus on the right. They're down on the ground. That was quite a storm. I wonder what we're going to find out here on the trail today. So at the top of Widowmaker, we started down the first slot that branches off to at least 5 different sets. Now normally, I would want to go down and come back up and play around here for a bit, but I'm excited. I really want to get across the creek and beyond where my engine was destroyed. There's a lot of fun waiting out there. I want to go have it. So I asked everybody if it was okay with them, and we all agreed. We were just going to pick our slot, get down to the bottom of this, make it across the creek, and go have fun out there. But we would turn around on our way back, and then we could play on the various slots going up and down Widowmaker and just have a blast like we normally do. But we'd save that for the final part of the ride. It's good to have a plan, but my experience out here in the desert is it rarely works out as I planned. Well, we got across the creek, took 403, hit 4010, and got to the base of this very long climb. And Dean is the first one I got on camera going up the initial part of the climb. This is fun. There's more fun stuff on up the hill, but I was not in the right spot to record that. But watch this. I gotta say, it was a lot more exciting in real life. The camera just makes really steep stuff look way flatter than it really is. Go try it. Know what you think.
Where do you see the slots?
The cactus is blocking it.
Yeah.
See, straight out.
I see it.
That's where we were.
What's that little penis-looking thing?
Is that Weaver's Needle?
That's Weaver's Needle.
I know it is on this side. When we go to Superior, I don't know what the hell that is. If it's the same mountain or not.
And there's Four Peaks, which is where we were supposed to go Friday when it poured, and lightning, and hailed, and flash flood other areas. We made the wise decision and stayed home.
4010 runs along a ridge for quite a ways, lots of ups and downs and twists and turns, and it's just so much fun and beautiful beyond belief. Eventually, we're going to get down here and hang a right on 1853, then another right on 1876. We'll wind up over at Crystal Palace. I'm going to put a little music on so you can just kind of enjoy the drive for a moment. While we could have just continued on down 1876, driven past the sign that said Bill's Hill, turning left here is a lot more exciting. Out here on the ridge, there's drop-offs on either side. It's very narrow, and the ups and downs. Oh, I love this little ridge. And we're going to come out right on top of Crystal Palace, Quartz Mountain, whatever you want to call it. We're going to loop around and go down the far side. This is so much fun out here. As we approach the Crystal Palace, we're going to go around the right side from here. The trail is going to get really narrow. Look at the drop-offs. This is where you really got to pay attention. And as we go around the corner, there are trails to get down from here, multiple trails, which means if you're down below, like we came in from 1876 Bill's Hill, that means there's multiple ways up. One or two of them are pretty doable, and at least one or two of them are like, seriously? It's a lot of fun though. And now we're just going to drive right off the edge. Like many of the hills out here, when you first start to head off the edge, it looks like you're going to fall off a cliff. So always check first, not just with the GPS, but ideally stick your head out the window and look. Worst case, get out and walk over. You do not want to crash. But this one, it's steep going down the other side. It's very doable and a lot of fun after that initial excitement. I do have my favorite trails out here for a little bit of that butt puckering experience, but not too much. It's meant that I want to have fun. I'm not trying to break the machine or myself. So which one's my favorite trail? I don't know, but there's a whole bunch of them that are just so much fun to play on. It's ridiculous. And this is one of them because it has so many twists, turns, going up. All you see is sky, and it immediately drops down the other side. But you have to be careful to make sure that you're actually aimed in the right direction. And especially when you get back to this one, it's a T intersection. Well, you got to turn left at the top, and it is steep, and there's nowhere to go if you don't make that left turn. Now, there's easy ways off this narrow ridge, like the turn to the right, or if you go just a little bit more straight, you have no choice. You have to make a right-hand turn and get yourself lined up just right, because if you're too tilty left or right, you may roll down this hill. If you get lined up perfectly so you're heading straight down, it's very doable and very exciting. By the time you get to the bottom, you feel like you are standing on your nose. Now, let's see what it looks like from the bottom as everybody else comes down.
3 wheels. Woohoo! You made it.
That is as furthest I've ever been.
Do you know what the angle is?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it into differential lock. I hope you're videotaping this.
Me too.
Right now?
Yeehaw. It'll be a little tricky when you first come down, but stay to the passenger. Larry made that look way too easy. So, Dean, what do you think about that hill?
Oh, that was fun. You checked it.
I did not. I was too busy trying not to die.
Let me see if I can back up.
I was trying to do a 3-wheeler on that, but
You did. You did.
that's what he's saying.
Do you like that one too?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, the turn.
Continued up 3470 for a short distance. Everything started to close in a little bit, and we actually drove past the right-hand turn for 4022. Had to come back Here's a video of that up. This right turn onto 4022 is a lot more exciting than this video is able to show you. That thing is steep, and even when I zoom in at the top, you can see how bumpy it is. So that was quite exciting for everybody to go up there. Regardless of the brand of machine you see out here today or the age, they are all amazingly capable. Well, here we are on another exciting ridge. This thing, like the others, is so many different angles. The trail is just constantly changing. The scenery is fantastic, and we're not screwing around. We're moving along at a pretty good speed, which really adds to the excitement. And after the monsoon that came in last week, you can just see how everything here is not only green, they're starting to flower. Of 4022, and it had been a lot of fun up here, but now we're down on a main road, really not even a trail, 1857. This is going to take us over to that new section that I've never ridden before. It's not even rated on OnX. We hung a right on 4072. The brush started closing in, started to feel like it might become a single track, but I could see two tire track width. So we talked on the radio. Everybody said, go for it if you wish, and I did. And this is going to be an exciting trail. It's going up. Just look at all those ruts. I don't know what the angle is here because I was too busy watching the trail. When I reached the top of this climb, I'm wondering which way should I go. I was trying to look at the map and the trail at the same time, and of course that didn't work out, so I just said forget it, hung a left, went up the trail a ways, saw that there was a trail to the right, but I just had to get it out of everyone's way because that was steep. We'd figure it out in a minute. Well, it turned out I should have taken that right turn to go down the hill back there. So I told everybody on the radio to hang on, and I would make a U-turn and come back and we'd go that way. Well, this is a pretty steep downhill. This is definitely a fun trail. And this is where I discovered my engine braking isn't really working at all. And then I reached this point, and it looks like I'm about to drive off a cliff. So I stopped, I got out, figuring out if I stayed to the left, it looks pretty good. So I started down, and later Richard told me that his instruments showed this was a 41% descent. That's crazy steep. Well, but it was very short. As we neared the bottom, well, it's very easy down here, and I just looked for a place to pull over, get out of the way while I waited for everyone to make a safe descent, and I turned the engine off. Well, that's when the excitement I didn't want. Once I started the engine, there was a check engine light. And remember, this is my first ride with a brand new engine. I was not expecting this. And this is definitely not the place we have any problems that might require another call to Larry's tow service. I could just see him saying, what? Oh, I did see him. He was right there. We just came down a 41% descent. Pretty good chance going up the other side was going to be almost equally as steep, if not worse. So everybody got out their GPSs and started looking for an easier way out than following the mapped route. Maybe I'd be able to drive out without stressing anything on my vehicle. Well, we were in a drainage, and it turned out the map said if we just continued on down the drainage, we'd run right into Sycamore Creek in a short distance. So after an easy drive, we arrived at the creek, and to our right, or downstream, the shortest way back, there was a huge rock garden. And that's not all. There were cows all around, and there was deep mud over by that rock garden with a lot of cow poo mixed in. We could smell it. Definitely not where I wanted to go. So we looked upstream, and that looked pretty easy. So we went that way. A short time later, we intersected with a main trail, or I should say a road, and we turned right on FR 402. Very familiar with this dirt road and how to get back from here. If anything really went seriously wrong, Larry's tow service might actually be willing to give me a ride back. And I'll tell you what I found out after I took the machine to the shop, but I'll share that with you in a moment.
All right, the Villain's initial ride, I was so excited. We went out, we had a lot of fun, and then all of a sudden that check engine light came on, and for a while I didn't even want to start. So we came back an easier route than we had planned. All in all, we did have fun, but it's never fun to have that check engine light come on.
It beats working.
So yeah, it beats working. Anyway, I'm all loading, and it's going to be right straight over to ride now. So tell me about the ride today. What do you think, Dean?
I had a blast, man. There was a couple scary spots that really spiced up the ride, made it a lot of fun. And yeah, just had a blast, and it beats the hell out of going to work.
I see some pucker marks in the seat. No, wait, that's my seat.
Larry had a little issue, but at least we made it back in one piece, didn't have to tow it.
That was vital, even though we did have Larry's tow service, but he was saying he's tired of towing. He's going out of business.
Grumpy bastard.
All right, so how was the ride today?
Oh, that was pretty good. And after the rains, make everything more interesting. And this little touch of oh beep, I have an engine light.
Yeah, that didn't
Make
add
things
to the
more
fun.
spicy.
We weren't sure we were getting out of there. At least I wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was very good, you see, and getting lost a little bit.
Oh, we always get lost.
Yeah, no, I realized.
Well, you didn't get mud on our butt, so that's good. So Rich with the Wildcat, what do you got to say about today's ride?
You know, I can say for now, right now, that anytime Ed joins us, it's going to be an interesting ride.
And you may not make it. Well, I may not make it back. Everybody else will.
I thought it was exciting, especially the cows.
The cows were fun. You picked a good path in the river. Going the other way looked dangerous.
That's what I was following. I was following the cows, whichever way they ran. I followed them.
How'd you like some of those downhills?
Those were good. Like I was saying, that steepest one I think was 41 or 42 degree.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we were almost straight down.
It looked that way.
Yeah, it was.
Let me check your seat. You got any butt puckering in that seat? There is in mine.
That's what I said.
Randy wanted to join us, but he had a doctor's appointment and wasn't going to get here until about an hour and a half after we left. But he said he'd come look for us, and he did. And he found us near the base of the Widowmaker on our way back. So he rode back with us. So did you have any excitement without us?
Oh yeah, every time you're by yourself out there, you can have excitement.
This is a bold man. He goes out by himself. I'm definitely not going out without a towing service.
Well, I wanted to stay visible, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. So Larry, how do you feel about today's ride? What's your take on it?
The rain really changed a few things out there on us, which was good.
It was pretty soft in the beginning. It was tossing.
It was soft everywhere. But a couple of the hills, a little bit different because of the new ruts. But anytime you go out, it's going to be different. That's the fun part.
And we found mud down in that riverbed when we were trying to find an easy way back.
It was nice of you guys to find the softest spot and like stop, so I'm sitting in there sinking.
We were thinking of you when you were sinking.
I know that. That's why I shut up and started going around you. But it was good.
And thank goodness Larry was there in case something went wrong, because that check engine light came on, and at first the motor didn't even want to start. We put it in park, which I don't normally have to do, and I'll be damned, it started. But I still have a check engine light, so I'm on my way to ride now after this.
For those of you who hung around this long, I'll tell you what happened after I went to ride now. They hooked up their computer, said it was an O2 sensor, and they ordered one for me. It's in stock. It should be in probably not until Friday or Saturday of next week, which means I probably won't be able to go out for a ride with the villain. If necessary, I'll hitch a ride. The show must go on. But I also did a little research because I didn't really know much about an O2 sensor, and it appears that when my first original engine had its issue, it may have released some chemicals, bad mixtures into the exhaust, and that's probably what made the O2 sensor go bad. And it's also under my extended warranty, so I'm covered.